What's up, guys? It's the Red Scissor, and I've been wanting to make some Touhou content on the channel. I know most of my viewers have no idea what the heck a Touhou is, but that's part of my motivation for doing it. A while back, and by a while back I mean like last year, I made a tier list for every character's boss theme in Touhou. And here it is. And before anyone who does know about Touhou cancels me for this tier list, it's not ordered, by the way. Like, the tiers aren't ordered. Um, I already have some things I would change about it, and I figure what a better like why is Nitori's theme all the way down here? Like, what was I thinking? I was crazy. So I want to redo this tier list because it doesn't even remotely match my current feelings. And I found this neat site to do so that is a lot better than the tier maker one I was using, because everyone's nice and organized into their games, which makes things easier for me. So I'm gonna use this, and I'm gonna go through one by one. Every episode will be really short, other than this first one because I have to explain everything. Every episode will be very short, and it'll just be me listening to the song of whatever character the episode is. We're gonna go in order. I'll explain a little bit more about that in a second. And we're just gonna listen to the song, and I'm just gonna talk and use my very limited musical knowledge to explain why song good or not, which should be very funny because I don't know any musical terms. I'm probably gonna use so many terms incorrectly, and I know nothing about music theory. I just know when I like music and when I don't. That's about it. That's all I got. So it should be very entertaining to watch me very poorly try to explain why I like something. Um, but hey, it should be a lot of fun. A little more context, I guess. So we're gonna be starting with Touhou 6. I'm not gonna be doing the PC 98 era. I should explain things because I know I have viewers who aren't gonna know what I'm saying. The PC 98 era is like the original the first 5 Touhou games, and they are like kind of their own canon. And then the series kind of got rebooted with what we call the Windows era, starting with Touhou 6, which is kind of where the series got popular back in what was the early 2000s. Even I'm I consider myself a casual Touhou fan compared to a lot of other people, because a lot of the deeper stuff about the franchise I'm not really aware of. But yeah, we're gonna be starting with Touhou 6, which is this game right here, and just kind of working our way down. I'm going to be skipping spin-off games, and I'm also going to be skipping Touhou 9 because Touhou 9 is a little weird, but I'll explain that when we get to that part. And we're just gonna go each character that was introduced in that game and has a boss theme. I guess not necessarily introduced in that game. Long story short, every Touhou game has 6 stages, and each stage has a boss, and then there's usually an extra stage you unlock after, for a total of 7 themes. Though some games might have little route splits where you fight one boss or another and stuff like that. So some games have 8, or maybe even 9, I think, or some of that, I don't know, songs. And we're just gonna kind of be doing them in order. So starting with Touhou 6, Embodiment of Scarlet Devil, which is here, starting with Rumia's theme. This is just a really long way for me to explain what the heck is happening. It's gonna be really simple. We're just gonna have character. I'm gonna listen to their theme. I'm gonna talk about the theme while we listen to it. I'm probably gonna do listen one loop through, and then during the second loop maybe I'll pan over to this page and put the character somewhere. And this might be too many tiers. I mean, on this original one, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I guess it's fine. But yeah, ignore this one. I'm gonna be closing it now because it's not important. This is the tier list we actually care about. Shoutouts to whoever made this. I guess, I don't know, I'll put the link in the description. I just kind of googled Touhou all character tier list, and then this one came up, and I was like, oh, this is a lot better than all the tier maker ones, because it's, again, divided by game, which makes my life so much easier. So yeah, Let's do it. The first song. I'm already 5 minutes in. Every other video in this series is gonna be so much shorter. We have stage 1 boss Rumia, and maybe I'll give a little bit of background, but yeah, Rumia, she's just a fairy, well known for T-posing and like creating darkness around herself. That's like her whole thing. She's not a very important character in the lore at all. But she's a Touhou 6 character, and Touhou 6 is like immensely popular. So if she was in any other game, nobody would remember she exists. But because she's a Touhou 6 character, people do at least kind of remember she exists. So hopefully the audio levels and everything's okay, because this is the first episode. I'm still figuring things out. But I'm just going to click play, and then I'm going to rate it. Anything else I want to get into before this? I mean, Touhou 6 is like incredibly iconic because of its popularity, and I feel like a lot of the songs are almost cheating because it's hard for me to like rate them like completely subjectively because of how much they've been like remixed and, you know, redone within the fandom a million times. Another thing I want to note though, before we get into it, is Touhou 6 being the oldest game on here. The songs sounded a lot more compressed than like even the game after this one, which it doesn't really affect my enjoyment of the songs, but it's something to keep in mind. So let's just start. So Rumia's theme, despite being the stage 1 boss, it kind of just like gets into it immediately. Like you press play and the song just goes. With just really kind of like doesn't sound very first bossy, even compared to like some other Touhou first boss themes. Then we have this nice little part, which is a bit less in your face. Like I said, don't know music theory. I'm just gonna be saying things. I can't even tell what instruments are in songs half the time. And then we get this really strong melody. It's a very fast-paced and frantic song. I think it fits Rumia pretty well. That's another thing I want to judge the song on. It's like, how well do I think it fits the character? I think this one fits pretty well. I mean, Rumia's a pretty... she barely has any lore, but she's a very playful character. And I think the kind of like energeticness of the song fits her very well. But it almost sounds too intense for what she is. Like, she's the first boss, and she's just like a fairy, which are generally like the weakest life forms in Touhou lore. But that said, I really do enjoy the song. It's just kind of slaps. You're just gonna hear me say that like a jillion times because I don't know how to like vocalize why I like the song. And she'll be like, yeah, it slaps. But yeah, this part's really great. So, where would I put her theme? It's really catchy, and I think really strong. I will say that it has a pretty short loop, as you see, like, the song is only about a minute long, which for some of the later songs you're gonna see, Touhou songs can get pretty long. And I feel like that makes me not want to put her, like, oh, where, she just, oh, there, okay, it was loading. It makes me feel like I can't put her, I'll loop this while I talk. Maybe I'll turn it down a little bit. I almost feel like it's a B. I love the song a lot. I love the remixes people have done of this song, especially. I think sound really great. And again, really jovial, really catchy, but maybe a little short. You're gonna hear it repeating a lot throughout the fight, even if our fight isn't like super long or anything. I just wish it was a little longer. It almost, you know, the intro, the fact that there really isn't even an intro to the song and it just starts, is almost kind of abrupt, and I feel like kind of just comes out of nowhere. But hey, that's just my opinion. That's why we're making this. So there you go. Super long first video, almost 10 minutes of me rambling what this is gonna be. I don't know how often I'm be posting these, probably pretty regularly, because they're not gonna take very long to make. So there you go. Rumia's in B tier. See you next time when we rate Chirno. That's gonna be fun.